Adam Friedman took down the 2018 WSOP $10,000 Dealer's Choice event, winning his second bracelet and more than $290,000. Card Player TV caught up with him at his bracelet ceremony to learn more about what the win means to him and to get his thoughts on the unique format with 20 games to choose from.
I'm very happy to have won this event. Of course, everyone knows how bad last year was for me. Just going over everything I played last year. But in terms of this event, yeah, game selection is of paramount. You need to be very aware of your chip stack at the table as much as everyone else's chip stack and choose the games appropriately. Like I've said previously, it's not necessarily your ability you're picking on, which is sometimes true, or even necessarily what your opponents, maybe their games they're not as well in, which again, sometimes you do choose based on that. But you need to be very well the chip situation, where we're at in terms of the money, how far away, if we're in the money, how important it is to get rid of short stacks by choosing some games that are more appropriate, or if everyone's sitting very similar, choosing other games that will play out to your advantage.
So it seems that choosing which game to play is a very big deal in this format. We asked Friedman about mistakes he saw players making when it came to this decision.
There were some people, they just chose their best game and they were running with it regardless. I consider probably, for instance, 7-card stud high one of my absolute best games. If memory serves correctly, I don't recall choosing 7-card stud high more than 3-4 times in the tournament in the 4 days. I probably chose at one point the 20 variations. I probably chose approximately anywhere from 8-9 to a dozen different games, depending where I was at in the tournament. Of course, there's like some games I've just got very little experience in, just because I don't necessarily play in Bobby's room with Doyle and the rest of the crew there. Games like such as Pot Limit Triple Draw, I just don't get. You're not going to get a chance to really play a game as often as that, or 1 or 2 other games. But I figure with basic poker competency, I got a basic understanding of what I'm supposed to be playing, and I'm just not going to get out of line in the games and not as experienced in as maybe, let's say, 3 or 4 specific individuals are who've put hundreds of hours maybe in some of those other games.
Finally, we asked Friedman what it means to him to become a 2-time bracelet winner.
Winning bracelet is always a very good thing to do. It's not as high priority as it was earlier in my career. I've come that through doing this now for, let's see, 13, 14 years. For the most part, it essentially comes down to the money. The thing that I get the most joy out of winning a bracelet or going very deep in the tournament is the satisfaction, the thrill it gives to both my parents, my sister, and my closest friends. I get a bigger thrill out of that than in really any rush I get for myself at this point. But I'm very happy, obviously, with what I've accomplished. And again, always the money's quite nice in terms of what comes along with it.
Congratulations to Adam Friedman, champion of the $10,000 Dealer's Choice event at the 2018 World Series of Poker.